that particular instance, people like it's unbelievable. You know, these people should go into schools, go to special ed and see how this. Maybe their eyes will be open.
Welcome to our performance tonight of The Rise and Fall of David and Beth. I am Pastor Jill. This is a remarkable event for several reasons. First of all, it is the world premiere of this play written by Nathan Roberts. Yes? Woo! World premiere. Second, it is the first live audience we have had for one of our productions since before this crazy pandemic began. Woo! And third, this is the first time we have ever live streamed one of our performances. So you picked a great time to come, even though it's kind of yucky outside tonight. And thank you for those of you risking it, trying it online for the first time tonight as well. Now, if you know the story of David and Bethsheba in the Bible, you will remember it is filled with violence. But don't worry, this is completely PG. It's family friendly and family fun. There will be several moments during our next hour for audience participation. At various times, you will be townspeople or students in a classroom. And when we have lines for you, we will project them on our PowerPoint screens like that. So feel free to make some noise. If you are inclined to support our ministries here at First Lutheran Church, we invite you to make a free will donation on your way out of this space. Thank you for coming out tonight, and I hope we all get to experience God's grace. Thank you.
Thank you. It has been my honor and my privilege to be your sheriff for pretty near 2 decades now. Shoot, some of you young folk out there, you don't even remember when I stood on this here stage 20 years ago and they pinned this badge on my chest.
Sheriff David, I'm Samantha here from the New Jerusalem Tribune. What are you most proud of in your 20 years of service?
Well, shoot. I suppose y'all remember the time that I put a rock right between the peepers of old man Goliath. Yeah, it's the proudest day of my life. Except marrying my darling Michelle.
Tell the story.
Now, these folks didn't come to listen to me tell the story about how I took down Goliath and his gang. Did y'all?
I think they want to hear the story, Sheriff David.
Well, all right, Reverend Nathan, if you insist. Shoot, I want nothing more than a feisty kiddo slinging spitballs from the back of the classroom when Goliath and his gang came to town. The gang leader, Goliath, he's as tall as a water tower and as mean as a bull on Brandon Day. Goliath and his gang, they ride their horses into town and they demand money from everyone. And if you didn't pay them, they'd burn the town. Of course, people tried to take him on, but Goliath, he's a quick draw. So pretty soon, no one would take him on. So there I am, in the back of the classroom, I'm slinging spitballs to the back of Deputy Uriah's head. Ain't that right, Deputy?
Yeah, that's right, Sheriff. Even back then, you were the best slingshot in the state. So I turn around and say,
quit shooting them at me and sling one over there at Goliath. So that's exactly what I did. One morning, I got up on the roof of the church, and when Goliath rode into town, I put a stone right between his eyes. He never knew what hit him. This town was never bothered by Goliath's gang again. New Jerusalem has prospered under my time as your sheriff, which is why today I'm announcing my run for mayor of New Jerusalem. Thank you. You all remember, vote Sheriff David for mayor this fall.
Great job up there, sweetie.
thank you.
Oh, you did so great, Papa. I just wish David wouldn't keep cutting you off.
he don't mean nothing by it. David just gets excited is all.
Well, David is a shoo-in for mayor,
Yeah, it looks like it.
so he needs to start helping the townsfolk to see you as the next sheriff. I'm gonna go tell him to stop cutting you off.
No, please
David!
don't.
David!
When you're sheriff, can you arrest Mama if she doesn't do what you say?
Well, technically, yes. But for my own personal safety, no.
What can I do for the lovely Miss Beth?
Mrs. Michelle, you look lovely today.
Good to see you, Mrs. Uriah.
Well, what can I do for you?
Uriah is running for sheriff.
If I win, which I will.
If you win, I want you to start talking him up. Make him look like a sheriff. And stop cutting him off when he's speaking.
He asked you to say this?
Oh, no. He begged me not to. But David, we need this. We've been living on a teacher and deputy salary for a long time. But we got grown kids now. Sally wants to go to college next year.
Okay, sweetheart. I'll put in a good word for him at my next rally.
Thank you, David.
Good to see you, Mrs. Uriah. You tell your husband he'll make a fine sheriff. never call me sweetheart.
That's because there ain't nothing sweet about you.
Hello, students of First Lutheran School.
Hello, Reverend Nathan.
Now, let us bow our heads as we end the day by praying the Lord's Prayer. Sally, can you come up to the front of the class and help me lead the prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Heads up, everyone. Heads up. This is Stick Up. The name, Phillips and the boys. We don't like violence, but we're angels either.
Good Lord, man. This is a church and a school.
Yeah, and you all had church yesterday. So I assume there's money somewhere.
Nope, we don't have any. We took it to the bank.
No, you didn't. We just robbed the bank. And they just told me that you ain't been there yet.
Well, they lied.
Just take me to the church vault. And if we find out that you've been lying, we might have to start taking some hostages for ransom.
All right. There's money in the vault. A lot of it. But it's for the children. We were going to build another classroom.
Yeah, boo-hoo. We got kids too, and they need to eat like everyone else.
Well, there's a food pantry in town.
Well, I lied. I didn't have kids.
That's great, because you would make a terrible father.
You make a terrible father. Enough with the talking, and give me the money.
All right, come on. But may God have mercy on your soul.
Oh, may God have mercy on your soul. Enough with the talking. Just give me the money.
Help! The school's been robbed! The church has been robbed!
Beth, darling. Are you okay? Is everyone fine?
Yes, we're fine.
Philip and his gang, they just robbed the bank, and I followed them this way.
We're fine, but the children are scared.
And they took all the money in the church vault.
Well, heck, how much was that?
Well, just this Sunday, we finally raised enough to build another classroom.
Oh, Beth, Sally, are you guys okay? Is everyone safe?
Yes, Uriah, everyone's just fine.
Daddy, are you going to go catch those bandits and get the money for our school back?
Well, David and I are going to try our best. But they took all the money from the bank as well. So things are going to be tight for a little while.
Reverend Nathan, let's call a town hall meeting and invite that woman, Samantha, from the New Jerusalem Tribune. I got a plan, and the headline she ain't going to want to miss. Thank you. Thank you for gathering so bravely on such a tragic day. Our town has suffered a great loss. There's no two ways to look at it. The bank's been robbed, and some of us, we've lost pretty near everything we own. I just got back from First Lutheran, and those bandits held up Miss Beth and Reverend Nathan. Those animals they stole from the church. They took everything you'd given for that new classroom. But don't worry, because as your sheriff, I got a plan. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to sell half of my herd and donate that money so the kids can get their classroom.
Thank you, David.
That is a mighty fine gesture. How can we ever thank you?
Name the classroom after David.
Oh, don't know.
Now that is a fine idea.
Oh, heck, I wasn't never much of a good student, so yeah, I'd be honored.
Sheriff David, Samantha here from the New Jerusalem Tribune. What is your plan to stop these bandits and get our town's money back?
Well, I'm going to put my best man on it. Deputy Uriah's going to go catch those bandits and bring back all of our money.
Well, Deputy Uriah, what is your plan?
I'm going to round up a group of horsemen, some of our militiamen on horseback to head out of town in the morning. Those bandits couldn't have gone far.
Uriah's going to get our money, and he ain't coming back until he does. But when he does, you all better reward him by voting him Uriah for sheriff.
Oh, thank you, David, for believing in me. I won't let you down. I'm going to go make a call to the militiamen to start packing.
Hold on there, partner. The militiamen, they're going to stay with me to protect the women and the children and the cows. I mean, those bandits might circle around for a second attack.
So who's coming with me?
Well, you want to be sheriff, you got to learn how to inspire people to follow you into danger.
Yeah, I suppose you're right, Sheriff. I'll get right on that.
Catch those bandits, Papa?
Well, I sure hope so. People need their money back before planting season.
I just don't understand why you gotta go looking for them alone. I mean, you put the word out to every train in town in the state area. Everyone and their dog is out looking for those bandits.
Yeah, but David thinks that this is a great opportunity for people to start seeing me as sheriff material.
I get that. I do. It's just that David is keeping all the best men here in town with him. And you only got a few young men going with you. And it's a dangerous mission.
Well, we got reporter Samantha. Now, she's no gunslinger, but she's brave and quick on a horse. And besides, we need to have as many people here in town in case the bandits come back to try and steal our cattle.
I understand, but David is sending you on a very dangerous mission without enough help.
Papa, are you scared?
Well, were you scared when you saw the bandits?
Of course I was. I was trying my best to be brave.
Oh, sweetie, I'm scared too. But we all have to be brave. And it's my job to give folks their money back. I'll only be gone for a week.
Just promise me you won't do anything too brave.
I promise. see him down there?
Yeah, I see them. And I bet those crates are where they're keeping the whole town's money.
My thoughts exactly. We got them cornered down by the cliffs like a rat in a cage. We just need a few more men to get here in the morning before they take off.
I'll ride back to town to get Sheriff David to rally up the men and be back here in the morning to help you out.
Ride like the wind, because this is our only chance to get them before they cross over to the mountains and we lose them for good.
All right, see you soon.
Samantha, we're going in either way just before daybreak.
They're down by the river. Deputy Uriah sent me back here to get reinforcements. If you rally the men, we can get back there to help him.
I'll be Samantha. You ride back to Uriah and tell him that we're coming with all the men we can muster.
Will do, sir, but you better hurry, because he said he's going in at daybreak.
David, who was that?
Just some old drunk. I told her to go home and sleep it off.
Oh, well, David, come back to bed.
No, I think I'll just sit out here and watch the sun rise and make sure she don't come back.
Mrs. Beth, are we done with the lessons for today?
Sorry, I'm just a little distracted today. Yes, class is dismissed. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes, Miss Beth. Getting word yet, Ma?
Oh, no, I ain't worried. I just got a little chalk in my eye, that's all. Papa's only a day late. How about you run home and get cleaned up, and maybe he's waiting for us there. Any news?
Nah, I ain't heard a thing. But like you said, he's only one day late. I just came by the church to see how that new David classroom is coming along.
Oh, yes. Thank you again for your generous gift.
Beth, if you ever need anyone to talk with, or need a shoulder to cry on, or want me to come back and stand guard outside your bedroom door,
David, I appreciate your friendship. Thank you for checking in on us, but we'll be fine.
Cross.
God, our Creator and Sustainer, receive our prayers for our dearly beloved Deputy Uriah Hittite, who gave his life to recover the stolen money and save so many from financial ruin here in New Jerusalem. Give us grace and hope as we commend Uriah into your merciful care. Accept his soul at your heavenly gates. Strengthen us in this time of trial and help us to continue to serve and care for one another. Through Jesus Christ, our Savior and Lord. Amen.
Amen. Sorry about your father, Sally.
You sent him out on that mission. This is all your fault.
What do you want, David?
Well, I just want you to know that I'm here for you if you need anything.
We have what we need. It's just been so lonely in that house by ourselves, but there isn't anything anyone can do about that now. David! What are you doing? My husband just died! You're unbelievable!
What are you looking at?
I've got a story to tell, one that will ruin the good name of a beloved man.
You found out the bandit's real identity.
No, unfortunately.
Oh. Well, we found the bandits, and we were able to get the money back. But when Uriah got shot, I let the bandits and his boys get away.
Well, let me ask you something. Why? Why, when you and Uriah, you found the bandits, why didn't you call for backup? Why did you come back and get David?
Well, that's the thing. I did come for backup. I showed up at Sheriff David's house in the middle of the night. You must have heard me pounding on the door.
That was you?
Well, who do you think it was?
David told me it was some drunk.
I was stone sober. David told me he was going to rally the men and come back and help us. But they didn't show up until noon the next day.
That's because he sat on our porch till sunrise. Ooh, that scoundrel.
Why in the heck would he do that? Why would he leave us hanging out to dry?
David didn't want Uriah to come back. David didn't want you to come back.
Why the heck not? Uriah's his deputy. Sure, I wrote a few critical articles of him, but nothing he want me dead over.
It's not about you, and it's not about Uriah. David is in love with Mrs. Beth, and he has been our entire marriage.
Okay, wait a minute. Why are you telling me this? Do you have any witnesses? I mean, this is the sheriff of our town. He's the most beloved man, and he's about to have the school named after him.
I just saw David kissing Mrs. Beth at the funeral.
What a pig!
Oh, no, pigs are better kissers.
If I run this story, they are going to ruin your name. They're going to say this is all some lover's quarrel. They are not going to believe us. They're going to say anything they can to save their sheriff's reputation.
I don't care.
Well, what do you think?
I still can't believe it. I mean, how could David just leave Uriah out there to die? We all grew up together. We all grew up in this schoolhouse. We've been friends our whole life.
I've been a reporter a long time, and I have seen pride and greed and lust do some terrible things to people.
Beth, are you sure you want to go through with this? Mrs. Michelle has already packed up and left town. But you have Sally and your students. Your whole life is here. I mean, I support you, whatever you decide.
Yes, I'm sure. People need to know who they're voting for. He's a backstabbing philanderer, and I want people to know it.
But it's two women's words against his. I mean, he's the sheriff. And his wife just left him. It's just so easy for people to dismiss this whole story as an angry ex-wife spreading rumors.
Well, people are going to believe what they will, but I'm a teacher, and I want this town to learn something about its sheriff. Samantha, run the story in the morning.
Will do.
Can I keep this? I have a meeting with David this afternoon, and I want to give him a heads up so he can prepare a statement.
I can't let you do that.
But why not?
Because it gives him the chance to discredit the story before it runs. He'll just come up with some other story before people have the chance to hear what really happened.
David is my friend.
David is a murderer and a liar.
But his name is painted on the side of the church building.
It's the new school building, and it needs to be painted over.
This is all just happening so fast.
Jesus said, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." You can talk to David after the story prints.
Reverend,
Sheriff David, take a seat.
suppose you heard about the article.
Yeah, I heard about it.
The morning that story ran, I hightailed it out of town to my hunting place up in the mountains. Shoot, I ain't never run from nobody or nothing. But I just couldn't take this. Reverend, do we have something like clergy confidentiality?
Yeah, I suppose we do.
Shoot. I was pretty sure that the town folk weren't going to buy it. People don't want to believe that stuff about their heroes. They'd rather believe it's just a couple of women stirring up trouble. And I was right. A couple of weeks without a sheriff, and well, the drugs, they got pretty rowdy. You heard about the bar fights?
Yeah, I heard about them.
Well, without me there to break them up, this town was going to hell in a handbasket. Finally, the town folk decided, well, it's better to live with a lion, philandering sheriff than without me.
Well, I suppose that's one way to look at it.
But as I walk the streets, I can tell the town folk the same as they did before. They still respect me, especially the women, but they also believe Miss Beth's no liar. And being humbled, well, it don't suit me. Reverend, I can't live with what I've done. I can't face this town. I can't eat. I can't sleep.
Beth and Sally and you and this town have to live with what you've done for the rest of our lives.
I know that.
David, you are not defined by the worst things you have done in your life. None of us are.
But how can I fix it?
Well, you can't. You just can't. Uriah is dead. Michelle is gone. And this town ain't never going to look at you the same way. Now, Jesus forgives you, but that doesn't mean that anyone else will. David, I don't know how we live with the terrible things we've done. I guess we try to fix what we can and leave the rest up to God. You can start by making sure Beth and Sally have everything they need. Why, young Miss Sally's off to college soon, and I imagine if a scholarship showed up in her name from an anonymous donor, that would be welcome news.
What about Miss Beth?
You can leave her well alone. And you can keep your mouth shut when I take your name off that classroom.
They still gonna elect me mayor.
They probably will.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. It has been my honor and my privilege to be your chef for pert near 2 decades now. And now it is my great honor to be your new mayor. Your mayor. Aw, shoot, I ain't seen this town this happy and thrilled ever since I put a rock between the peepers of old man Goliath. Yeah, that was the proudest day of my life. Except, of course, marrying Michelle. Well, anyway, thank you.
I can't believe they voted him in. After all this.
I can.
Really?
When you've been writing headlines for as long as I have, you start to believe anything is possible.
I gotta get out of this. I got a sister up in Minnesota, and they got a lot of teaching jobs up there.
Bring a jacket. And an axe. I hear they make some teachers chop their own firewood so their students don't freeze to death.
That can't be true.
Sure it is. I read it in an article one time. Or was it Alaska? Either way, you're gonna need a new coat.
You know, someone gave Sally a scholarship for her full college education. And Reverend Nathan took David's name off the new schoolhouse.
Well, so it ain't all bad news this week.
So, what are you gonna do?
Oh, I'll stick around. Someone has to tell the truth around here.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Well, do you regret it?
Huh? Regret what?
Well, regret telling your story. If you knew it was going to turn out the way it did, would you still want me to publish the story?
Yes. Yes, I would. Jesus said, "Ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." And I still believe that. Despite everything, I still believe that.
I do too. Be well, Beth. You're one heck of a teacher and a brave woman, and your students are richer for it.
Thanks. Take care of yourself, Samantha.
Beth, you're leaving?
I can't stay here. I came by to deliver my resignation letter to you and our new mayor.
Where are you going to go?
Well, I'm going to head north to Minnesota. Someone gave Sally a scholarship for her full college education, so I can use my savings to move.
I'm very glad to hear about that scholarship.
I wrote a letter to David. Will you give it to him?
Perhaps you could talk to David and try and sort it out. I know he did terrible things, but he regrets them all.
I forgive David, but I don't ever want to see him again. My letter of resignation. It has been my honor and privilege to serve as a teacher at First Lutheran School for nearly 2 decades. To see so many of our town's children grow and learn has been my greatest joy. But all good things must come to an end, and unfortunately, this ended far worse than I ever imagined. David, I forgive you, but I am leaving town, and don't come and find me. Leave me and Sally alone. It is one way you can begin to make this whole mess right. Reverend Nathan, I ask that you please use your position to help the women in our town. I am not the only woman kissed by a married man, and I likely won't be the last. When they tell you, believe them. It takes so much courage to speak up. and often only God believes us. I now go with God to find a new home. Until we see each other again in our heavenly home. Farewell, Beth.